What up, though, y'all? It is time for another episode of the Offseason. That's right, and thank you. I am your host, OG Tim Wilson, and I am here with the Nasty Boys, Big Ed and Waves. What up, though, fellas?
What up? What up, though?
Okay, not everybody at once. That's right. This is the What Up Though Radio Network. So make sure you subscribe to the channel because we appreciate that you took the time to spend with us. You like how I did that, chop everything up, chop the words up like I read it. But we talk football, we talk sports here, but mostly this show is predicated on fantasy football. So we always want to give a fantasy football section before we go forward. We do a fantasy football show that's coming up, the showdown, where we talk mostly football. Here we talk football, but we kind of mix in other sport topics as well. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Because it's the off season, and it's the football off season, right? So check this out. This is what I want to do. First and foremost, I want to do a toast to all the fantasy footballers, especially EFG, the collective. Bang. About that. Shout out to the collective, baby.
Absolutely, man. We're about to tear it up.
I'm going to start there. So I got to give a shout to our fantasy football groups that we are part of, that we participate in. There's BSB, the Broad Street Bullies, the BSB Fantasy Football Group, as well as SWFFG, Southwest Fantasy Football Group, which is the dominant of the two. That's where you have the most fun at in SWFFG. That's where all the fun at. That's where the fights are. That's where the arguments are. So that's the more dominant of the two. But it should be because it's the original. It's the first one. Mm-hmm. Right? I want to invite you all to join us. It's on Facebook, SWFFG, BSBFFG. Just feel free to come in and check it out. BSB gives you a lot of good information, but the fun is over in SWFFG. Let's call it what it is. We are endorsed by BSB. We're not endorsed by SWFFG because they just don't like us. But it's okay because we like y'all. Because y'all let us beat up on you like we do.
Yeah.
So, and I want to say this to my boy, Johnny the Mechanic, and his son Chris. They oftentimes say that I don't pick on them. I talk about those that's doing the most talking, and it's usually them.
Yeah.
And I just keep it real. So whoever's the topic of discussion in the group this week is who I tend to point out. That's who I tend to go after. That's who I tend to make a topic about. Well, this week, I'm going to give them a pass.
Uh-oh.
So we have a Clash update. So what the Clash is, for those that don't know, there's a few groups of fantasy football players who teamed together to make groups of teams. So SWFFG started it. SWG started it against EFG. It started with SWG against EFG. EFG created this whole concept, and it started with SWG versus EFG. So it's SWG like their 8 managers against their 8 teams against our 8 teams, and you come out to a winner, right? Sorry, my nose is itching. I'm not picking my nose; it's just itching. It's my hay fever season, and it's fucking with me. Anyway. So I apologize if that's bugging you. I'm gonna try to just tough it out. And then there came a group called Death Row. Then there came the BSB, right? Mm-hmm. And then EFG started growing differently than the others, right? So DFG started growing where we were made up, according to the way Melvin constructed it, was that we were made up of a bunch of leaders. So therefore, it was only natural for us to branch off within EFG and start subgroups underneath the EFG umbrella. right? And that's where the Nasty Boys started. So he created a whole new name because this new site came up still in our name. And SWG used it against us. They used it to run from us, played against those guys instead of us because we're the number one competitors. We're the last team to beat them,
Right.
according to them. So they run from us year after year. So this year, Melvin came up with a new name, the EFG, the Collective, where we took all of those subgroups underneath our group, and not only that, reached out to some of the other groups that are not affiliated with anybody, like BSB, for instance, and brought BSB under the umbrella of EFG as the Collective. And so now the Collective is the best of each of those groups getting together and putting forth a force that I think is going to be unstoppable.
Yeah.
And they're scared. They're very nervous. But we shamed them into taking on this challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I said this week, I'm giving Johnny and Chris a pass. Because they weren't the biggest talkers this week. They weren't the topic of discussion.
Oh,
Topic of discussion is my boy Carlton. Calm down. Carlton, you don't have to. You're rolling with the baddest crew in the land right now. Don't sound desperate. Take your time. Relax. It'll all get taken care of. It don't matter what the settings are. It don't matter what the setup is. The lineup, all of that shit don't matter.
Right.
I'm winning anyway. We kicking their ass no matter what. One thing's for sure. Johnny's going to have this set. Eventually he's going to have it set and he's not going to change it. I trust him enough to say that. So he has put forth his own, Johnny's put forth his own deadline, put a deadline on himself. He and I are going to Charlotte for 4th of July. So he said by the 4th of July, by the time he and I meet for our second summit, our face-to-face, where it's no different than any other time we go at each other's throat, just in person, that he'll have everything set. It'll all be set by July 4th, which is still early, still plenty time. There's plenty of time. Calm down, Carlton. We got this. I hate to call you out. You know, I hate to call, but you got this. It's cool. It's cool. Chill.
Mm-hmm.
Chill. Want some water?
You know what? To go and reiterate, yeah, Carlton, you gotta chill, man. Because right now, all the talk, you letting Johnny win, bro. Stay quiet, pay attention, watch what he does. That's all you need to do. You don't need to say anything. Don't need to comment. I comment every now and then because I'm a shit starter. That's just me.
Yeah, and I comment every now and then because I gotta fight him. And I know when he play his games, Johnny and I play chess. We used to play each other in chess all the time. So I can tell when he's trying to make a chess move, and I'll jump in and make a chess move. I will jump in and make a move against him, or let him know that he's or expose what he's trying to do, and keep on moving. But as far as all of this complaining about the way his score is set up and complaining about the way the lineup is set and all of that, let that go, bro. It's all good. It will all. What don't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse.
Mm-hmm. Either way, we'll have plenty of time.
Let the game come to you, baby. Calm down. We got this.
We got plenty of time, man.
We got you back, dog. We got you.
But on the other hand, I will say this to Johnny and Chris, in the great words of once great poet had once said on live television, "I'm coming for you, nigga."
Oh, not me. I'm coming after Willie White. Willie White, Willie White, and C.J. Cole. That's their strong point. That's what they try to. That's what they do. They distract you to keep your attention away from the best two players they got.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go after Willie White. If you can take care of, if you can take Willie White and C.J. Cole, keep them under wraps. They don't stand a chance.
Okay.
Because Johnny the Mechanic is overrated. Chris is trash. Mike Acorn is trash. Mr. Perfect is trash. They are that Willie White and C.J. Cole. That's the ones. That's who I'm after. Everybody got their targets. That's my targets.
It's
Johnny
interesting
the Mechanic, I just beat him because I can. I own him.
because I think Willie White and CJ are the only ones I have not played against in any league yet that I can recall.
I think you have. If you probably played against Willie White. CJ don't join a lot of leagues. Willie White does. CJ joins quite a few, but not as many as he used to.
Ain't Willie White in the Dynasty?
Yes, absolutely he is.
Okay, so we have played. Okay, yeah.
He's always got dogs in his name. He's the if you look for a team with dogs in their name, and that's usually Willie White.
Just as a quick reminder to SWG, with the exception of Willie White and CJ, because one, I don't know if I actually beat Willie White at any point, and same with CJ, but I do know for a fact the rest of SWG, y'all all lost to this rookie last year.
Right. So I don't want them talking about we talking behind their back, even though we posted in the show in the group. So that's all I got. That's it. It's on. We looking forward to it. I can hardly wait, but I'm patient. I'm patiently waiting to beat
So
them.
am I.
So that's that. On to other news. Mariah Mills has threatened to release a sex tape of her and Zion. She said he has tapes and I have tapes, but I'm releasing mine.
Okay.
And Twitter said, "Bitch, get off of the goddamn platform."
I'm sitting here like, hold the fuck up. Ain't there an OnlyFans? That nigga can sue her for money for that.
Yeah.
Twitter has, it was like, you said a whole lot, we let a whole lot slide, but now you're making a threat.
Yep.
And that is over the top. And so the threat of releasing the sex tape was too much, was the line that she crossed that Twitter said she should not have crossed, and she's out.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
There's another part to that story too.
Go ahead and tell it.
She said
You don't have
that
to warn us.
she said she was going to release the tapes if the Pelicans didn't trade Zion. So now she's committing another crime by extortion.
You're like, damn. Oh, you could tell this bitch was raised in the hood. All right. Look, here's my take on this. So what? So what? If any broad came up and said, "I'm gonna release your sex tape with me," blah blah blah. I'm like, well, they're gonna see your pussy stank anyways. I don't give a shit. In the end, she ain't doing no damage to nobody. This day and age, releasing a sex tape on someone else is not damageable.
Especially if you're the woman.
That's
So
just gonna
okay,
get
so you're
them more
going to release a tape so that everybody can see me smashing my balls in your chin. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, that hurts. So this is the truth behind it, and I was called out today on this for being too informed. But so what? If I like to be informed. I'm a journalist. Damn it.
It's better to be well informed than ignorant.
That's right. So in retrospect to the original beef as it started and her original rant that hit Twitter that we talked about last time, she became the most searched Pornhub porn star in the country,
Picture ain't worth all that.
right? So everybody ran to Pornhub to see this chick. And so did I. So once I read that story, because I had to see, what everybody was talking about, right?
It's Mariah,
And she
M-O-R,
knows.
right?
So this is marketing. She knows that, just like I know it. It was in the news, just like I saw it. She saw it. She knows she became the most sought after porn star on Pornhub, and so therefore, she also knows that if she threatens, if she releases a tape of her and Zion, guess what that does?
Oh man, it's going to
It,
And
keeps,
upgrade,
it
and upgrade her over
that,
to the bang bus.
it keeps that doggone ball rolling. That's what
Yep.
it does. It keeps the ball rolling, and she continues to be the a bigger and brighter porn star. That's all. It gets her more views, and that's what she's trying to do because she makes money off of it. She's trying to get paid, and she's trying to be a bigger porn star. That's all that is. She just it's a money grab at this point. She knows it's over. You don't talk all that shit about Zion and think you got power. And Twitter shut that shit down, but they shut it down too late because it's still gonna work. And if she does put it out, it's fine. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not interested.
No.
I've watched it already. I've seen you take all the balls to the face you can take. I've seen you take all of it. I've seen you take a dick in every hole in your body.
Dana, Kim K, and Cardi.
So in order for me to watch that, I'm only watching it to watch Zion doing it. I'm not interested in watching Zion. I've seen you. I don't need to see him. So I'm not interested.
right.
I pass.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm a hard pass on that one too.
Yeah, she's actually devaluing her stock at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, she's already devalued herself, so.
Well,
No
she
such
is.
thing. If you ask any female under the age of 30,
She not only that, she's that girl from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, where she take off her lashes, then her nails, and then her titties, and then her ass, and then her leg, and don't make me hop after you, and her arms and shit. Yeah, that's
if a nigga
her.
talk about some Charles, is that you?
All that shit comes off. The hair, everything comes off. She takes it off. When she takes it all off, she takes it all off.
Yeah.
The NBAPA, the NBPA, not the NBAPA, the NBPA, the National Basketball Players Association, has announced that they are unhappy with Ja's punishment. They said 25 games is excessive. And it's further excessive that the NBA has said that there still needs to be measures met before he returns, even after the 25 games.
Yeah.
And they say it's excessive. What's your thoughts?
I don't agree. I think they should include at least 60 hours of required psychological evaluation and therapy services.
Their evaluation is excessive bullshit to me. I mean, he was already suspended once in the same damn year. He gets caught doing it again. Obviously, he didn't learn nothing from the first suspension.
No.
I mean, this is why we got problems with our kids these days. You punish them, I like punishment. They don't get shit from it. So they go do the same dumb shit again. So this 25 game suspension is the equivalent of a basketball ass whoop.
See, the first time he got away with it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he got nothing. He missed what, 2 games maybe? He got nothing.
Yep.
And now he also released a video of himself lighting candles with a fake gun, saying that toy gun, that's what he had.
He needs this is why I say he needs to be required therapy. It's not even for the fact that I think he has a psychological issue. It's more of a fact that he needs to be forced to be put into a situation where he understands why he's doing what he is doing and why it is wrong. He has to be able to see that. And no matter what punishment you give him, unless he sees that, it's going to be worthless. So I think the required therapy could help with that.
I agree with that. He has to be the solution.
Yeah.
He has to feel like he has a problem, and he has to be honest about it. Not chat GP a fucking apology.
Right.
Don't do an AI apology statement and call it a day. No, we need it to come from your heart, your words, you really. How do you feel?
Right.
And I don't even want that. I want to see the progress.
Of course, I mean, I'm saying, but you will see it. It will come out if he's truly progressing. And it's not a Chat GPT apology. It is a truly you make a change. Accept what's wrong. Accept it. Know that it's wrong, and make a change. Do something different, or just throw your shit away. I mean, we care because you got the talent, and we want to see you make the most of it. We want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
We really do. But if you don't want to, you just want to, throw the shit away. Then fine, let the next nigga get paid. I mean, I'm just saying, it's unfair to them.
Well, yeah, exactly. And right now, the only person he's hurting with all this is himself.
Yes,
You
and
know,
his
that's
fans,
the biggest.
and the children that want to be Ja.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the part
Children that
that
want to be like Ja.
that's the part that gets me the most is because whether he wants to be, acknowledges it or whatever, he is a role model. The moment
Yes.
you get the public spotlight to become a professional athlete, you are a role model. And you
That's
have
it.
to present yourself in such a manner. It doesn't matter if you want to or not. You are. That's kind of the issue that's always been following Russell Westbrook.
And
Not a
you
role model.
were on your way to become the face of the NBA.
Yep.
Yes.
You still got a chance to redeem yourself and potentially get there, but you were the guy that everybody's looking at as that guy's got next. You're
Yeah.
the new face of the NBA.
Yeah.
And now you're the new face of NBA Dumb Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I love that one.
I want to flip back to football real quick.
Okay.
For all of one time for the fantasy folks, because we're getting closer and closer to football season. Everybody's
yes.
more and more football hungry. DeAndre Hopkins is. Before I ask this question, what's your thoughts on DeAndre Hopkins and how he's handling this? How D-Hop has not made a decision. He just visited New England. They love him. He's taking his time. What's your thoughts?
Man, this man has been almost irrelevant as far as the public eye goes. This is the best move he can make to create his marketability. That's all I see right now. Because he's going all over Twitter, like, no matter who my next teammates are, my next wide receiver group is, just understand, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you're open.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, Big Ed?
And he's trying to position himself where, and to me it's working, but to get on a team that's an actual contender. You know, he's saying, I don't have to come in and be number one, but I'm going to come in and help the team. It's about the team. It's not about me.
Well, I think he's going to end up on a contender, and I think he deserves to. He's at the age and the maturity level that I believe that as just being true. I agree with you guys. I agree with Waits that this is fantastic. I think he's handling it very well. He's handling it perfect. He's not trashing anybody. He's not saying he is mum is the word.
Mhm.
He ain't giving up no hints. He ain't playing the media to get attention. He's going, he's making his visits, and he's scheduling the next visit. I'm going around to all these teams, and I will make an informed decision when the time is right. And I got time. I've
Mhm.
got time. Njoku, tight end for Cleveland, said, "Man, this guy can sling the ball." Talking about Deshaun Watson, and you know Deshaun want D Hop back.
And with all the
Yeah.
moves they made at wide receiver this offseason, that'd be something. And they got a bunch of young guys at the wide receiving core currently. You bring in D Hop with that experience and that relationship he already has with Deshaun.
Is their defense good enough though?
They'll be dangerous.
Did you not see,
Dangerous.
bro? Did you not? Okay, let's put it like this: Browns had a better pass defense than the Bears, Lions, and Vikings combined last year. They can handle it on defense. They need that offense to get together.
Okay. The problem with what you just said there is one of the teams you mentioned had no pass defense at all.
Lions.
One of the teams you mentioned,
Okay.
one of
Lions
the
did
teams,
okay second half of the season.
one of the teams you mentioned had no pass rush at all. So you can't play defensive back without a pass rush.
Except for here's the thing though. No matter how you try to put it, one defense is better than those three defenses.
They're not. I think they're okay. I think they. If I don't care. I think that defense is better than what he had when he was in Houston, and he got them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think if D Hop goes there, that will be one team to watch out for. They'll be dangerous.
Yeah,
they'll be dangerous. If you got Baltimore, you got Cincinnati, you got Pittsburgh in that division. It's not an easy division by any stretch of the imagination.
Right.
But it's winnable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cincy will be your toughest assignment.
Yeah.
You said Baltimore, Cincinnati, then you said Pittsburgh, and that reminded me. Pittsburgh doesn't have what if he goes to Pittsburgh? Him and George Pickens, he can bring that experience and teach George Pickens. Pickens is not a bad player. He has nothing to go off of at the wide receiver position in Pittsburgh as far as experience.
You mean Pickett?
Yeah, no, Pickens.
Pickens the other receiver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, George Pickens.
Kenny Pickett, the quarterback. That's what Big Ed mentioned would be my concern. I don't know if Kenny Pickett is going to be DeAndre friendly.
No, yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I can agree with that. His style doesn't match up, but at the same time, I don't know. They never know.
He needs to go somewhere with an established. He needs to go somewhere with an established quarterback.
Yeah, no. I agree with that. It wouldn't be bad, but I think he would want an established quarterback. But I don't think Pittsburgh is a bad landing spot. I think I never thought of it, but you are right. That would be interesting. It would be interesting, especially considering Baltimore just dropped OBJ. But they're playing like Odell Beckham Jr. is like the second coming. That's how they acting like he's all that in a bag of chips. He's all right.
He was a great distraction for the Rams until he got injured. And
I think I'll take D Hop over OBJ.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. And when you got someone like Zay Flowers over there, man, that D Hop and Zay Flowers opposite of each other is going to be insane.
How about this? I got another scenario for you. And I'm sorry, I got to get on to my question that I was going to ask. We having D Hop stories every week. That just goes to show how good this is for him, right? What about this? Because there's trouble in paradise. What if we go to Buffalo?
I was thinking that too.
I don't.
Because Stephon might be out. Stephon is not happy.
Not necessarily, because the day
Alright.
after the report saying that they had concerns about him, he was back acting like nothing ever happened on the practice field.
Yeah, he did.
Acting is the operative word. The operative word is acting.
He did that here too.
Yeah,
The operative word is acting. Because
He did that here too, bro.
this is the problem. This is where I'm going with that. His issue, as it seems anyway, or allegedly, his issue is that he's not getting the ball in important games or in important times. At critical times in big games, they're not getting him the ball, and then they're not winning them. So why am I not getting the ball? Why am I not part of the offense in those critical times? And if he starts to press that issue, if that's really his issue, it's not necessarily over. Because if he's pressing the issue that he wants to be a part of play calling, he wants to have some say on when he gets the ball in these critical times, that's a distraction.
Yeah.
And he might be happy, but Buffalo might say, if we can get D-Hop and move you, we lose that distraction and we get a receiver that's potentially comparable.
Right.
yeah, but then that turns from where is D-Hop going to where the hell is Stephon Diggs going, because he ain't lost a step in any sense.
But that is very true. And it also raised the question of what can they get for him?
Do they need to get rid of Stephon?
Yeah, well, they're gonna have to.
The best way to cover Stephon
not
Diggs right
Barely,
now.
no.
Just
I
say-
mean, if they add D-Hop to Stephon, D-Hop and Stephon,
That might settle the situation altogether right there.
it could. It could.
Because then now they don't only have to worry about Stephon Diggs anymore. They know Gabe Davis is a threat at the end of the season. But D-Hop is a threat all season.
D-Hop is just as big a threat as Diggs.
Exactly. So having those two opposite of each other,
Ooh. And
But
think
he-
about how that,
With that big ass arm that white boy got over there,
and then think about how that's gonna open up their run game,
man,
because you already got your corners and your safeties are gonna be doubling the outside wide receivers.
nasty dog.
tell you right
That
now,
would be
James
nasty.
Cook all day. You
That
put
would be
D-Hop
nasty.
over there, James Cook is going to be the monster.
That will be nasty. So that actually brings us to that question. Who has a breakout season this year? Who has a breakout season this year? Big Ed? Or
You guys already know who I'm gonna say.
who are you going to say?
Packers.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields? Okay.
Breakout season as far as player or team?
I thought, okay, so player, as far as player.
Hmm.
And I don't know. So you think Justin Fields is going to be miles ahead of what he was a year ago?
Oh yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know, bro.
You know, little known fact, Justin Fields was 9th place in the running for MVP this year.
Yeah, but
So you think he's going to be miles ahead? You actually making my point that I don't know if he's okay. Never mind.
I don't know
Okay,
if he's able to
we're gonna let that ride.
yeah, I have a hard time with Justin Fields only because last season's really, really hard to top. Just like Justin Jefferson over the last couple of seasons is extremely difficult to top.
All he's got to do to top what he did last year is throw for at least 3,000 yards.
I'm gonna say this right now.
Now, if can he? But see, his thing was he ran a lot.
Yeah.
He ran for a lot of yards. He was valuable because of his escapability and his running ability. So is he going to see? Here's my issue with Justin Fields. Here's what scares me about Justin Fields, and not saying this is a knock. It's the Lamar Jackson syndrome.
Mhm.
Is he going to, in his mind, set it that I'm okay with running, or is he going to, in his mind, say, okay, no, I got to learn how to be a passer? And, and is that going to be something that he struggles with? Because if you struggle with that, you fall. You're not just playing your game. Just get out there and playing football.
Exactly, and that's where my point is on Justin Jefferson. I don't think he's incapable of it, but is he going to be able to add on to that passing game from that running game? Because we all know that running game ain't going nowhere. He's going to be able to leave teams in the dirt easy, no problem. He just took a couple breaths and he's in the end, But in the end, he needs to increase that passing rate to surpass what he did last year. That's where his goal is.
I believe this year he puts it all together and the passer comes up.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm very interested to see what Justin Fields does this year. I honestly believe he could be the franchise quarterback of the NFC North altogether, as long as he gets the right lineman really right now. He has the right tool set with him, but he doesn't have line. And that's my biggest concern for him. But that kid's got an extremely bright future if the team is willing to take care of him properly.
Okay. Who's your breakout player this year, please?
It's Jordan Love. Jordan Love, I think, is going to be a breakout player this year. Everybody's got their doubts about him, but from what I've seen from his workouts this offseason, his work during the previous seasons under Aaron Rodgers, when he did get in the game, yeah, he had a few rough patches, but overall, he's actually been very productive, very good. I think Jordan Love, now that he is the quarterback in Green Bay, is going to be insane.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's fair. I know Big Ed was making faces, but that's fair, though. Because Big Ed thinks with his heart, not his head. That's why you got to ignore him a lot when it comes down to real conversations. So no, I think that's fair. I think Jordan Love is a good choice because I think he's due for an interest. I'm interested to see that division and how it plays out because of both of those guys. Actually, I think both of those guys have an opportunity to have big seasons. I would see Jordan Love as more of a breakout than Justin Fields because I thought last year was more of a breakout for Justin Fields and I think he's got to do way too much to be considered a breakout season because everybody knows his name now. Everybody knows you got when you play Chicago, you got to watch Justin Fields because of what he did last year. So I feel like last year was more of his breakout. And I think there's too much to overcome to become a breakout season for him. I thought last year was his breakout.
This year, I think Justin Fields,
where Jordan Love has done nothing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
He's had one game that he started.
Yeah, he's done nothing. So he's got a lot lower hill to climb to have a breakout season. I'm going with James Cook though.
I agree. I do not disagree at all.
James Cook. I think James Cook is on the. I think he's on the clock. I think it's his time. I think Singletary is going to take a back seat to him, and they're going to let him be the main back.
Didn't Singletary go to Houston?
He did.
He's out.
He's at Houston now.
You're right. He's out. So I think it's his time to shine. I think it's his time to shine, and I think he'll be one to watch.
There's a big unless in this. Unless his big brother goes there.
I think he'll outshine Dalvin.
You know what? I've been saying it for the last 2 years now. I'm sure you guys could correct me if I'm wrong. Dalvin's been on the decline, so I can absolutely see James getting that starting spot over his brother.
I think he'll outshine Dalvin. I really do. I think this is his time to shine. I think it's his time. So that's mine, and we'll see it all play out eventually because it's almost football season. It's coming. It's coming. We're getting there, folks. People getting hungry. People getting desperate.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the last part of the show. Our picks. This week we are picking our way too early predictions. Week 13, weeks 13, 14, and 15 of the NFL season. Waze, let me know when you're ready because he's keeping tally. And then next week we're going to finish it off, finish the season off, and then the following week we're going to do the actual tally and tell you what everybody's records are. I'll do it the way I normally do it, so we can see what each of our respective records are, and what our overall records are as a team. What we predict. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
We did the same last year, but we did it differently. We didn't do it week by week, so I think we had some mistakes in there. We probably picked the same game two different ways sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
So this way we avoid that mistake. So these records are actually going to be correct and perfect in the way it's going to play out. So we're actually going to get it right this time.
Yes.
Yep.
I am ready when you guys are.
I'm ready. Big Ed, we're going to start with you.
Okay.
Thursday, November 30th on Prime Video. I can't believe they're still going to do that Prime Video shit again.
Yeah.
At least Richard Sherman still got a job.
The Seattle Seahawks travel to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.
Ooh. I'm gonna go Seahawks.
I'm going to go Cowboys. Waze.
You really just put me on the spot like that. You just go skip past me so you can put me on the spot. You know what? I think Seattle's going to be a great team this year. I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
And I think everybody's overreacting to Geno Smith.
Oh, I'm worried about Geno.
Sunday, December 3rd. You're going to have to if you think Seattle's going to be great. They need Geno to be great. I think the Geno factor has been over. I think everybody's overreacting to him finally having a good season, and I think it's going to prove to be a fluke. Sunday, December 3rd, the Los Angeles Chargers travel to New England to take on the Patriots, and I am going with the Patriots. Waze.
All right, so 3 days before my birthday, I am definitely going to go with the Chargers.
Big Ed.
I'm also going with the Chargers.
All right. The Detroit Lions travel to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Waze.
Oh, that's a Lions win all day. The Saints ain't got shit to talk about.
Big Ed.
I'm gonna go Saints.
A lot of people are rallying behind the Saints, saying they're going to be the surprise team of the NFC South. And I am going with the team they're saying is going to win the NFC North. Let's go with the Lions, baby. Wait a minute. Oh, I ain't got it. Never mind. I was going to hit the Detroit, but I don't have it up. Anyway. The Atlanta Falcons travel to New York to take on the Jets. Big Ed.
Jets.
Jets.
Is it on me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going with the upset here. I think this is the week that Riddler gets his shit together. I think this is going to be Falcons win.
All right. Well, the next is the Arizona Cardinals traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. I'm going with the Steelers. Waze.
Who did you pick for the last one?
I picked the Jets.
You said you picked the Steelers. I'm going to obviously pick the Steelers because the Cardinals are not winning a single game this season.
That's not going to happen. Big Ed.
Steelers.
The Panthers are traveling to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. Waze.
I am. Oh, shit. All right. Damn, this is tough. Hey, this is the first tough game where both teams are probably going to be absolute shit. I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Big Ed.
Said Panthers and who?
Buccaneers.
I'm going to go Buccaneers.
I'm going with Tampa Bay as well. The Indianapolis Colts travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Big Ed.
Titans.
Titans.
As am I.
That's the first unanimous one this week, right?
Yep.
Oh no, it's the second one. It's the second one. I think everybody
Oh
picked.
yeah, Steelers.
Yeah, everybody picked the Steelers.
Okay.
Um, the Dolphins travel to Washington to take on the Commanders. I am going with the Dolphins. Ways.
As am I.
Dolphins.
All right. The Broncos travel to Houston to take on the Texans. Big Ed.
I'm gonna go Broncos.
Wait a minute. No, Ways.
I'm going Broncos.
Okay, Big Ed, you say Broncos?
Yep.
All right. I too am going with the Broncos. The Browns travel to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. Big Ed.
Browns.
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 The San Francisco 49ers travel to Philadelphia to take on the pissy ass Eagles. Take on the fuck Carltons. And I'm going with the away team, the 49ers. Ways.
I am. Man. I'm gonna go with the 49ers.
Ooh.
No. I can't.
You already said it.
I'm gonna go with the 49ers. It's so tough because we don't know what their quarterback situation is.
You say what you want to say, man. I don't care who you pick.
I'm gonna go Eagles.
I'm gonna stick with the 49ers.
Okay. The Chiefs will travel to Green Bay to take on the Packers on Sunday Night Football. Ways.
You know what? I think we're gonna have a repeat from the last time. Jordan Love faced the Chiefs, and that is Jordan Love outplaying Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna go with the Packers.
Big Ed.
I'm gonna go Chiefs.
I'm going to go Packers in the frozen tundra of Green Bay on a Sunday Night Football in December. That's what I'm going to say. December 3rd in Green Bay, they're going to freeze them out and pull off the upset. Monday Night Football, December 4th, the Cincinnati Bengals travel to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Big Ed.
I'm gonna go Jaguars.
I'm going to go Cincinnati.
I was not expecting bro to go with the damn Jags on that. I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals as well.
All right.
You threw me off with that so hard.
Week 13 is in the books. Week 14 is loading. While we load, let me take a sip of water.
Want me to give you Thursday?
I got it. Thursday, December 7th on Prime Video. The New England Patriots travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. I'm going with the Steelers. Ways.
Who was that wide receiver they just picked up in New England? They got Jacoby Myers and someone else that's actually pretty good. I cannot remember his name.
Don't know. Carl.
We just need to know who you think is gonna win.
I'm just going
We don't need to know who the receiver is.
with the Steelers.
I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
On Sunday, December 10th, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Ways.
2 weeks in a row?
No.
That's gotta be.
The last game the Falcons
Carolina.
played the Jets.
They played Carolina.
Oh.
Okay,
I thought it was
Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay played Carolina.
Oh,
They
yeah.
played Carolina.
You know what? I'm gonna stick with the Falcons.
Big Ed.
I'm gonna go Falcons.
I am going to go Falcons as well. The Los Angeles Rams travel to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Big Ed.
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Unanimous.
The Chicago Bears host the Detroit Lions in Chicago. I'm going with the Detroit Lions. Ways.
Lions.
Fuck it. I got to break the monotony. I'm going Bears.
No, like he's breaking the monotony.
Breaking the monotony like he's never picked the Bears before.
The Colts travel to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Ways.
You said Colts and Bengals?
Colts and Bengals in Cincy.
I'm going with the Bengals.
Big Ed.
Bengals.
Bengals. The Jaguars travel to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Big Ed.
Browns.
Jags.
It's kind of scary, the fact that we could say Jags are actually a worthy team this year. But I'm going with the Jags.
Going with Jacksonville gets 2 votes. All right, the Carolina Panthers travel to New Orleans to take on the Saints. I'm going with the New Orleans Saints. Ways.
I'm going to go with the Saints as well.
Big Ed.
That makes 3.
All right. The Houston Texans travel to New York to take on the Jets. Jets. Ways.
Jets.
Big Ed.
Jets.
I'm going with the Texans. The Minnesota Vikings travel to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. Big Ed.
You said the Giants?
Raiders.
Oh, right. No, I'm.
Vikings versus Raiders.
Oh, Vikings. Vikings.
I'm going Vikings.
As am I.
The Seattle Seahawks travel to San Francisco to take on the Super Bowl champs.
What? Hold up, slow down. Like I wasn't gonna catch that.
I'm going with the 49ers. Wait.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. Just because he did.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 49ers.
The Bills will travel to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. Wait.
That's gonna be a fucking mad. Talk about a rivalry. I'm
Yes.
going with the Bills.
Big Ed.
Bills finally get over the hump.
I'm going with the Chiefs. The Broncos travel to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. Big Ed.
Chargers.
Chargers. Ways.
Going with the upset here. I'm gonna go with the Broncos.
The Eagles travel to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. I'm going with the Cowboys. Ways.
Oh. Conflicted. I'm going Eagles.
Big Ed.
I'm also going to go Eagles.
The Titans travel to Miami on Monday Night Football to take on the Dolphins. Ways.
I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Big Ed.
I'm going to go Dolphins.
I'm going to go Dolphins as well. There's another Monday night game. It's a Monday night doubleheader.
Oh, okay.
On ESPN, the Titans will play the Dolphins, but on ABC, the Green Bay Packers will travel to New York to take on the football Giants. Big Ed.
Go with the New York Football Giants.
I'm going to go with the Packers. Ways.
I'm gonna go with them Giants.
With the Giants. And that wraps up week 14. And now we move to week 15. And I want to take a swig as we do a word from our sponsor.
Brought to you by Dead Air.
Brought to you by water.
Brought to you by Bubble.
On Thursday, December 14th on Prime Video, the Los Angeles Chargers will travel to Las Vegas. Short trip. They're probably going to ride bicycles to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Is it on me? I think it's on me. I'm going to go with the Chargers. Ways.
I am going to have to agree with you there.
Big Ed.
I'm with Chargers.
The Buccaneers travel to Green Bay to take on the Packers. Ways.
I'm going to go with the Packers.
Big Ed.
Yeah, by playing the Buccaneers, you forced me to pick the Packers. God damn it.
I'm going with the Buccaneers. I'm not forcing anything. You chose to pick them. And the New York Jets travel to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Big Ed.
I'm going to go Dolphins.
I'm going to go Jets. Ways.
As am I.
The New York Giants will travel to New Orleans to take on the Saints. I'm going to go Giants. Ways.
So am I.
Big Ed.
Giants.
The Texans travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Ways.
I'm going to go with the Texans.
Ooh, Big Ed.
Texans.
I'm going Titans. The 49ers travel to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Big Ed. Who else? Was it on? Who's on? No, it's on. Yeah, it's on Big Ed.
You said the 49ers, right?
49ers against the Cardinals.
Oh, yeah. Cardinals continue their losing streak.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go with the Cardinals losing as well. Ways.
Do we really need to question whether or not the
All right. Yes, we don't. We know. Okay. You're going with Frisco. The Washington Commanders travel to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. I'm going to go with the Rams. Ways.
Commanders.
Big Ed.
Commanders.
The Cowboys travel to Buffalo to play the Bills. Ways.
Keeping it with those Bills.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Big Ed.
It's going to be snowing, so I'm going with the Bills.
Ooh. Tough game, but I'm going to go with the Bills as well. The Eagles travel to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Big Ed.
Eagles.
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 The Ravens travel to Jacksonville to take on the Jags. And I'm going with Baltimore. Ways.
As am I.
I'm going to go Jaguars.
Okay, all right, good call. Monday Night Football has the Chiefs traveling to New England to take on the Patriots. Ways.
Are you sure we're not missing?
Come on, no, just roll with me. Stay with me. The Chiefs take on the Patriots. The Chiefs travel to New England to play the Patriots.
I'm going with those Chiefs.
Big Ed.
Chiefs.
And I'm going to also go with the Chiefs. Now we have a small slate of games that are not yet scheduled. These game times are to be determined. That would include the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Ways.
That is a tough one, sadly. I'm gonna go with Ritter, Desmond Ritter. Let's go with those Falcons.
Big Ed.
Panthers.
I'm going with the Falcons. The Vikings will travel to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Big Ed.
Bengals.
All right.
Tough call, man. I'm thinking. This is a tough one. Um, I think they're gonna need this game at this point, so I'm gonna go Bengals. Ways.
I'm a. huh, This is actually a lot tougher if I'm trying to be just real about it.
It's a tough call.
Yeah, it- I think this is the 1 and 2 as far as quarterback wide receiver duos. I'm gonna go with. I think the Bengals are gonna pull it off.
Okay. I think it'll be a good game. That'll be a good one to watch.
Yeah.
They'll probably get a good slot out of these games. The Chicago Bears travel to Cleveland to take on the Browns. I'm going with the Browns. Ways.
I am going against the team that had one of the worst rush defenses last year. I'm gonna pick the Bears.
Ooh. Big Ed.
Damn. I'm gonna pick the Browns in Cleveland.
The Broncos travel to Detroit to take on the Lions. Ways.
Man, I'm going with those Lions.
Big Ed.
I'm gonna go Lions.
I'm going the Lions at home. The Pittsburgh Steelers will travel to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Wait, Big Ed. It's on you.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
You know what? I'll go against the grain here because I think it's an evenly matched game. I'm gonna go with the Colts.
He's going with the Indianapolis Colts, and that is Week 15 in the books, and that also concludes this week's episode of the Offseason. We want to thank y'all for joining us. It was a great show, guys. I want to thank y'all for being here with me. I'm your boy, OG Tim Wilson. That's the Nasty Boys, Big Ed and Ways. On behalf of the crew, make sure you like what you see. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time. Peace. We out.